Welcome back, everyone. We're closer to our goal.
Hey, you two are the first friendly faces I've seen in weeks. You are friendly, aren't you?
To you, yes. To him, no.
Well, friend, have I got a deal for you? Since the Blarg began dumping their toxic sludge into our ocean, the wildlife has,
Become ravenous mutants?
yeah, you could say that. All my customers either left or became lunch. So I'm closing the place down. However, I just so happen to have one, count 'em one, O2 mask left.
How much?
It's not for sale.
But you said...
I said I had a deal, and indeed I do. You boys get rid of those Blarg ships, and it's yours. Just escort me to the other end of this resort, and you can use our jet fighter.
Jet fighter, eh? Alright. But you better not try to stiff us.
Cowabunga. Okay. Okay. I got nothing. Okay. Well, you know what? While we're here, we should talk about the next president, and one who probably influenced this country just about as much as any other great historical figure of his particular time and era. Ooh, I'm glitching out on this. None other than James. Is it A. Buchanan? I forgot his middle initial. James Buchanan, 15th President of the United States of America. Dun, 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 dun. A fascinating historical figure for plenty of reasons. Not a good start for me. There is some health here, though. That'll help me. Oh, God.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Okay. I gotta start taking this a little more seriously.
That's a real beauty.
Like I said, I'm not doing this over and
Oh,
over
that's a nice one.
and over and over and over and over again. I don't care what it costs. I'm not doing this 50,000 frickin' times. Is it one missile? Yep. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Oh my God. That pisses me off. Really more than anything. That pisses me off. Ugh. Okay. Who is James Buchanan? A very fascinating political figure, and one who I find that the more you learn about him, the more you just come away thinking, who are you? Because I read quite a few books, biographies, articles, just papers on him historically, and you know, it's hard to really get a gauge on Buchanan and a lot of the things that he believed in, and in particular, it's just, I don't know how much he actually believed in things. That sounds like a really weird, almost obtuse statement that I just made. Let me explain. I think one thing that is always agreed upon when it comes to someone like James Buchanan is he was always in it for some modicum of influence and power. I think that's a very fair statement. He always got in with, in particular, very prestigious individuals, historically speaking. Like, one thing about James Buchanan is he was deeply and incredibly smart and savvy. And I think he used that really just to his advantage. He knew some of the leverage that he had and didn't have, and I think largely it worked out in his favor quite a bit. I hit you before you hit me. Whatever. Whatever, game. What's even, I think what confuses me more about him though, really more than anything else, is like his early life doesn't lead me to believe the life that he ultimately ended up living. If that makes any sense. Look, everyone lives lives differently. I don't know how to judge people properly, You don't know until you actually live and see that individual and you see them live their lives and you come to a different conclusion about who they are as people. Buchanan was born in Pennsylvania. He was another like Millard Fillmore, like real rags to riches kind of story in some ways. He's also the last president born in the 18th century. He was born in 1791. He was the last, like, kind of vestige of the beginnings of, what America ultimately is. Like, he's born, which is crazy, when George Washington is first president. So number 15, the 15th president, is alive when the first president, Mr. George Washington, is in office. That's just crazy to me. That's wild. I don't think that gets told enough. Not taking any chances, people.
We're here. Now where's that fighter?
Right there in that locked garage. One tourist crashes a jet and wham! Lost it.
That lock is unlike any I have seen.
Very astute observation, Mr. Shiny. I can't open it either. I don't trust the tourist, and the board of directors don't trust me. So we have a little problem.
We have a little problem. I just want the O2 mask. So if you can't open up the lock, that's your problem. Now cough up the mask.
Well, I can see that you really wanted to fly our jet. So I'll tell you what. Go talk to Bob in his robo-chat. He knows about these locks.
But he grew up literally in like rural frontiers, Pennsylvania. Didn't really
Hey, watch it.
have a lot for the most part. He and his father were particularly close.
I can see that.
It took some time, but he, like, Buchanan worked with his father. They basically built their house together, thriving businesses, and we're literally self-made men in the United States by definition. Just like we did all this stuff on our own, and we built all this on our own. Once Buchanan became of age, he goes to college at Dickinson University. During the War of 1812, he joins a northern militia. He's such a fascinating person. And then after that, he just becomes an attorney, goes straight into politics from that point on, and he literally becomes like everything. Like he does everything. Immediately when he gets the first opportunity, he ends up ooh. Yeah, buddy. Fly my jet. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. I explode you and you give me more guns and missiles. Good lord. I can fly this to save my life. He was always a curious individual. Some people probably would argue that because I don't think he trusted a lot of people. And the people he did trust were always very close-knit. Sometimes a little bit too close. Because there's been allegations of him being actually a closeted homosexual. Which Andrew Jackson always made fun of him for being a fairy, basically. Because Andrew Jackson does not care. He's like, I'm gonna call you out, bro. I don't know. I always tend to think Andrew Jackson just told the truth more often than not, so it does lead me to believe that James Buchanan probably was a closeted homosexual, especially at the time. Although, it doesn't help that a lot of documents that detail the correspondence between him and some of his, let's say, male compatriots and comrades were burned. So I'm just like, oh, okay, so probably. Like, I think there's been a lot of people that have been redefining a lot of things in history as like gay, you know. Oh, everyone's gay, you know. And this is probably the one instance where it's probably accurate. And ironically, it's probably one of the few instances that doesn't get talked about enough because a lot of people just don't care about James Buchanan, and or at least historically, he's not looked at as fondly. So that's probably a big reason why he's just not given that same level of, you know, LGBT love, I guess. I find it hilarious, personally. God, I'm almost there. I'm so close. I need just a little bit more. Just a little bit more and I will be there. I will get my gun. I will bust a cap on your faces. On your faces. Now, who is James Buchanan, though? He's just another Pennsylvania politician who knows who to talk to. And I think he was always someone who just valued power, influence, and I think, right or wrong, ultimately ends up getting himself in line with a lot of very powerful people. From the early goings, because I think my biggest problem with him, too, is it's very hard to define his politics in a lot of ways, too. Even more so than really anyone else. I mean, you don't talk about, like his contemporaries. I don't even think they know what he was all about, which is saying something. Actually, let me double check. I think there might be bad fishy here. No, I think we're good. But like, because I don't think even he knew what he believed in a lot of ways. he was a Northern Democrat. I'm pretty sure he only really sided with the Democrats largely was because they were the more popular party and saw that the old school Jeffersonian wing of those ideals were kind of just going away. So he's like, okay, might as well. And I'll be fair, he was largely a Democrat for most of his life. You know, like once he got into politics, he's like, okay, I'm this. You know, never really wavered from that. So give him some credit where credit is due. It's not like, oh, you know, like I was just going off of what's most popular at the current point in time. Which is even weirder because I would never assume to him to be, you know, really anti-government in really any conceivable capacity. There we go. Now these tilt up. Oop. But he does make friends. He does make friends very fast. And I think it's fair to say that he's very hyper intellectual, incredibly shrewd, and incredibly decisive, and one hell of a negotiator. So I think, yeah, he was always a wonderful attorney, I think, for the most part. So I think that helped influence a lot of what people perceived him to ultimately be like. And this led to him getting a lot of appointments that a lot of people have truly coveted. I mean, imagine you're, 35, 36, and you're still a bachelor, by the way. He ends up being a bachelor his entire life, which doesn't help his gay cause. I think his niece ends up being like the female, not homemaker. That's the female, I guess first lady person, whatever you want to call it. God, controls are very thoroughly frustrating sometimes. I swear. Damn. Okay, there we go. I think that also helped too, because he didn't have any financial or other real big financial responsibilities or social responsibilities. So I think that's also a big reason why he ends up succeeding going pretty far within politics. His first real big appointment, he's a U.S. House representative. I think he eventually does become a senator. Eventually does become the ambassador to England, which is that's as prestigious as it gets. But part of me also feels like because he was the ambassador to England when Andrew Jackson was president, so part of me believes that was more like, I hate England and I hate you, Andrew Jackson. Like, just low key, just a lot of shade there. Intentional, unintentional, I don't know. I like to think that, because I just think that'd be funny. Oh, come on, guys. Really? This is BS. Wow. Dude, none of these guns work? What is happening, people? What's happening to this country? Okay, this is just getting annoying. Okay, whatever. I don't need to kill them all. I'm already here. Let's say here. Oops. Okay. That would mean that has to go. Well, I can't go here. Actually, that can't go there either. So, I can't go there. That can't go there. This might work. Now this. I mean, okay. Let's try that. Son of a gun. Can this even work anywhere? No, I can't go there. And it had to be here. Because this is literally the only spot that would work. Okay. This game. There we go. Oh great, now I can go buy some more crap from these people, or they're just gonna rip me off.
Elusive and secret substance.
Raritanium?
Maybe.
The oceans on this planet are said to be an excellent source of that element.
Well, not anymore. All that toxic dumping has obscured any trace of it. You will find Raritanium for me.
No, I will not.
Piece of junk. My latest invention, the Persuader. I intended to use it to control minds, but well, the only thing it's got me so far is a discount from Gadgetron vendors.
Hey, I could use that.
Well, I'll trade it for some Raritanium.
I believe planet Hoven is a source of that element.
Going back to the ship. You know what? I think this episode's going to be a little bit shorter. I do have to get ready for work, unfortunately. We'll see. Probably not too far, because this particular planet is going to take a quick minute. I think I uncovered 2 holotapes there. I'll get the surrounding stuff real quick. So, I mean, Buchanan is a political figure. I mean, he is the ambassador to 2 different presidents. Was he the ambassador to Russia? I think, under Zachary Taylor or Fillmore, one of those guys. I think he was Pierce's Secretary of State. No, he was, Polk's Secretary of State. I totally forgot about that. I mean, this guy is politically as active as you can possibly be. You know what? I think I'm just gonna call it for right now. I know this is gonna be a bit of a short episode, but I think it's just time. Let's start just calling it real quick, you know. Plus, I do want to talk more about Buchanan, and then Lincoln's gonna be his whole own thing. God bless, guys. So, hope you all have a wonderful day. Rock on, like and subscribe. Peace.